The U.S. Constitution has always served as the North Star of governance in America, and certain elements of it are particularly useful at certain times. When an unpopular or controversial piece of legislation is proposed, the separation of powers between the executive, legislative, and judicial branches assures that it will need broad support to become law. When the Congress, dominated by one party or the other, passes laws that may not be in the best interests of the nation, the president can veto it. If the president vetoes a bill capriciously or unwisely, the Congress can override his veto. When laws are passed that strain the bounds of the Constitution or lower court rulings appear flawed, the Supreme Court can step in and rule on whether the law is constitutional and how it should be applied. And now, with the Obama administration enveloped by 3 different scandals that broke in less than 1 week, the Republican-controlled House and Democrat-controlled Senate can exercise its oversight responsibility and demand accountability from the executive branch. So while we often think of the Constitution, and particularly the Bill of Rights, as vehicles to protect our individual rights, it's just as important in assuring that power is divided horizontally across the 3 branches of the federal government and vertically between the federal and state governments. This also assures an interdependence between these various branches of government so that decisions by one branch are subject to review or approval by another. You might respond by saying, well, bad decisions can and often have been made throughout our history. You might also say that if one party controls the White House, Senate, and House, they will whitewash scandals that occur. Both true enough, but that's why the Constitution requires House members to face election every 2 years, the president every 4 years, and senators every 6 years. But that is about as far as it goes. The Constitution cannot prevent uninformed voters from making unwise choices. It cannot undo problems caused by electing unsound leaders. And it cannot force them to demand accountability in the face of scandal. Those things are strictly up to the judgment of the voters, most of whom will cast their votes based on name recognition and perceptions fueled by expensive media campaigns to market candidates like products. While the House and Senate fulfill their responsibility to investigate and take whatever actions they deem necessary in the Benghazi affair, the scandal in which conservative groups were targeted by the IRS, and the scandal in which the Justice Department spied on the phones of multiple reporters, only the people can demand action and provide the politicians with the impetus and incentive to do what needs to be done. For if the politicians sense popular disinterest, they'll move on, and these scandals will disappear into the rearview mirror.